Ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, I am Zombie Cartman, and this is a working on-off switch for the Guardian farm on Minecraft Bedrock Edition. So the first thing you're going to need to do to have yourself a working on-off switch for your Guardian farm is go ahead and block all of the available spawn points underneath the spawning chambers. Technically, the Guardians could spawn in any one of these 4 blocks if one of the other 3 were blocked, so you gotta block all 4 of them. This will make the Guardians only able to spawn inside the spawn pod, even though we're actually technically blocking the spawn blocks that they spawn on. They'll spawn in the water in the pod instead of in the ocean under the pod. This is going to involve a lot of block placing because you're going to need to dig all the way down to bedrock on these 4 blocks directly under the spawn chamber like you see in the video, which is going to be a total of about 5,600 blocks or 87.5 stacks. It's important to note that you do not need to use glass for this. In the video, we use glass because we have a very old world and we really like the look of it, and we've got a lot of resources. But we understand a lot of people will be trying to build this in some sort of new world, and so you can use anything you want here. You could even tear up the monument and use the blocks from it. As you can see, we don't even have an ocean monument under our farm because we completely removed it. Well, like I said, it is a lot of blocks you're going to have to place, so feel free to use anything you want. You could use a combination of blocks, really doesn't matter. Just make sure that you fill this in all the way from bedrock to the spawn pod. The next thing you're going to need to do is place down some fingers of glass going east to west across the face of the portals. There's going to be 5 rows of glass and then a center row going down the middle. So technically 6 rows of glass, which will be about 6 stacks. Now the next thing you're going to need to do for the on-off switch is go ahead and retrofit all 25 of your spawning chambers to have this sticky piston contraption that we've built onto ours. This will require you to have 100 sticky pistons and at least 50 redstone blocks. So be sure you got lots of materials before you actually try to build this thing. And I'll go ahead and remove the structure of this one pod so you can see exactly how we built it. And as you can see by looking at the glass around the spawn pod here, we've added more since the tutorial you've seen. Also, we don't have a floor for our farm, which is completely unnecessary. But you'll want to build at least this 3x3x4 cube on the backside of your spawn pod with this little bit of a glass roof on the top. And then go ahead and place this glass run across the front of your portal like so. This will give the redstone a place to be placed. And if you do have the floor in your farm, it'll probably be easier to actually build all this stuff because you won't have to be swimming around and going deep down in the ocean to get all of your blocks. But here I use slime blocks because they're instantly placed and removed with just the hand. And then I can go around to the side of them using my pick block function. I'll get a sticky piston out of my inventory and place it on the face of that slime so that it actually sticks to the glass behind it. Those pieces of glass are going to be the ones actually pushed in. Then you need to look up at the glass finger that you've placed, not to the side like I just did there, but you'll actually need to be underneath looking straight up. And the sticky piston will be placed facing straight down. Then you're going to need to go ahead and place some redstone blocks under each one of those sticky pistons. And then you're going to need to go ahead and just connect redstone along the finger here to the center column. We used approximately 25 repeaters to repeat the signal coming off the center column, but I believe you could get away with using as little as 15 to maybe 20 repeaters for this build. And like I said, all 25 spawn pods will be redstone wired to the on-off switch, which will be located up here in your observation post so that you can easily operate it while staying up here in the observation post. And the reason we used a slime block tower like we did is because sending a redstone signal down in Minecraft is actually pretty difficult. Here you can see a simple redstone torch tower is easily able to transmit a signal up in Minecraft. But sending a signal down like that does not work. So to build this center column for the on-off switch, you're going to need to start by placing a filler block at the very bottom and then put your redstone block on top of that. And then go ahead and put about 10 slimes on top of that redstone block. A sticky piston can only push 12 blocks, so you can't exceed 11 blocks of slime. Otherwise, it won't be able to push the redstone on the end of the finger there. So once you've got your slimes going about 10 blocks into the sky, go ahead and stick one on the side there so you can get in and put a sticky piston in there underneath that next slime. Leave that one slime above the redstone block and go ahead and place another 10 slimes on top like you see here. And then try to aim and stick a slime to the side somewhere low enough to where you can actually see under your top slime block like so. And then go ahead and stick your sticky piston in there. Make sure you fill in the gap with your slimes. Leave that slime right there and go ahead and place your redstone block on top of it. And then go ahead and continue on up. This should be the last part of the tower, so you may want to try to get on top of the slime blocks like I do here. That way you can go ahead and place your last sticky piston up there in the top. Like so. And then make sure you go ahead and fill out the rest of the gap with slime blocks. Then you're going to need to go back down through, unless you did this on the way up, but you're going to need to remove all the little slime blocks between the redstone block and the sticky piston so that the redstone block can actually extend down into that sticky piston. I will admit this took me several attempts to actually build this tower correct. I kept putting too many slime blocks, which was making it to where the pistons weren't able to push far enough to actually push the redstone down. So I recommend you do no more than 10 slime blocks per section. That way you don't get close to the 12 mark and just keep messing up like I did. Now once you've got the tower kind of built like this, you can go ahead and put your switch on the top. Which is just going to be some redstone dust coming across the top of your piston, like so. And then go ahead and stick a block that can be powered from a lever. And then when you flip the lever, it's going to extend all the sticky pistons down, which will force that final redstone block down into the circuitry at the bottom, which is what actually powers all of the pods, and which is what turns off the farm. Here I am standing at the bottom, and you can see that the slime blocks did push that redstone block all the way down into the bottom. And I'll have Silent go up top so he can flip the switch so we can see the tower working with the flip of a switch. And here you can see with just the flip of a switch, we're able to turn off or turn on all of the spawn pods, which is what allows the guardians to actually spawn. And what actually happens when the switch is turned on is the glass blocks that are in the side of the spawn pods actually force inside the spawn pod, and they block the portal itself. This holds the guardians in the spawn pod like you can see here. And since you're only allowed to have 9 guardians on the overworld, those 9 guardians spawn in fairly quick. And then since they're stuck, the game just doesn't spawn any more of them. This really is a fairly simple build. It may look a little daunting, especially if you're intimidated by redstone, but there's no special timing or anything like that involved. You just got to get a signal to each pod. It doesn't really matter how long it takes to go from the center or anything like that. All you got to do is power all the pods, and then the farm will shut off. Like always, I appreciate you watching this video. I hope you found it helpful and informative. And thanks for watching.